The holidays are upon us, and this usually means two things: a little bit of chaos and hopefully a bit more time with the guitar. So today I'm going to give you 6 bite-sized things, nothing stressful, nothing that should feel too much like homework, just small habits that will actually make you noticeably better. Number 1, tap your foot while you play. Now, if you've ever watched somebody who plays really well, you'll notice their foot has a life of its own. It's just going down, up, 1 and 2 and steady away. When I finally learned to keep my foot going regardless of what my hands were doing, my internal timing improved. It basically becomes your inbuilt drummer. If your foot's steady, so is everything else. Try this, even just a few minutes a day. Initially, just try to link the down strum with the foot tap and the up strum with the foot lift. Down, up, down, up. Start there, then count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This will set you up for so many good things, especially if you end up with a looper as a gift. Number 2, play along to something that isn't you. A song, a beat, a metronome, a backing track, anything external. Here's why. When you only play by yourself, you alter things unknowingly. We set the tempo, we change the tempo, and don't even realise it. But when you're forced to play along to something else, it keeps moving, so we have to speed up and slow down to get back on track. It becomes a bit more obvious when we're not in time, so we learn to regulate. We'll start simple, something we can hear the guitar on that isn't too fast. I've got 3 great examples. The first one is Under Pressure by Queen and David Bowie. The second one is Riptide by Vance Joy. And the third one is Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Something repetitive like these 3 gives you a chance to get settled in. Put them on play and start learning to stick to them. It's one of the quickest ways to tighten your playing, and it's actually fun. Well, it is when it stops being wobbly. Number 3, learn a simple chord progression in a key and join a scale to it. Pick a key. A minor is a great holiday pick, for example. Play a progression inside it. Something nice and simple. The chord progression from Ain't No Sunshine is perfect. A minor, E minor, G, A minor. We'll put a simple strumming pattern with it. 2, 3, 4. Then pair it with a scale that goes with it. A minor pentatonic is an incredibly common guitar scale. What we do now is we play the progression, then play the scale and alternate them. 3, 4. Can you hear how they fit together? When a scale doesn't fit, here's an example. There's something that doesn't feel quite right. It sounds a bit ear bendy when it doesn't fit, but when it does fit, it sounds nice and harmonious. This is how we build our ear training. The speed of how you do that, build up nice and slow. There's no rush. It's about joining the dots together on the guitar. When you do this exercise, you're not learning scales for the sake of it anymore. You're building finger patterns. You're learning a foundation of how to speak music. the root of melodies, riffs, and improvisations. A way to progress this would be to record the chord progression and then play the scale over it. You can do this if you've got a looper, or most phones have a voice memo app, so you can use that function. You could even get creative and start to experiment with little melodies. Honestly, go and grab a cuppa, set it going, and disappear for an hour. Holiday well spent. Number 4, learn to tune by ear. Relative tuning, brilliant. Also called the 5th fret method. This is pretty much how I learned to tune before apps, electronic tuners, and YouTube were invented, and it did wonders for helping me move on to things like working out melodies and chord progressions by ear. We start with one string that's in tune. We'll take the E and tune everything else in succession from there. I played the 5th fret of the E string. That gives me an A note. That should sound the same as the A string. So we play them both together. They are perfectly in tune, so I am not going to do anything. If I move down to the A string, play the 5th fret on the A, that gives us a D. The D string and the 5th fret of the A should sound exactly the same. Now, my guitar's in tune, so what I'm going to do is detune my G, and then let's look at this next one. So when we get to the 5th fret of the D string, the G should be the same, but it's not. So what we have to do is match. We have to identify whether the G is lower or higher. Now that's lower, so I know it needs to go a little bit higher. So I'm going to take the tuning peg, turn it up a little bit, tighten it, sharpen it. It's not quite there. Now we're in tune. When we move on to the string below, we move to the 4th fret. So G string, 4th fret, plays a B. That's almost in tune. They're in tune now, and then 5th fret B string plays an E, same as the high E, and they're perfectly in tune with each other. Now this can take some time to get used to. Once you've honed your ears in to the nuances, you'll respond very quickly whether the string needs to go sharp or flat to be in tune. There are great things to come from learning to relative tune. It bonds you to your instrument. It's a confidence builder. It's a foundation for going on to work out melodies and chord sequences by ear. It has a multi-use. There are caveats though. We can discuss those in the comments. Number 5, learn a simple picking pattern. A simple pattern that uses all of your fingers, or at least as many as you can handle. It does 2 things. It exposes whether your chords are clean, and it gives a bit of discipline to your picking hand. We've covered this in a lesson recently. It's a 6/8 arpeggiated picking pattern, and we're going to play this with an A minor chord. So we're going to take the thumb on the A, index finger on the D, middle finger on the G, ring finger on the B, and we're going to play thumb, index, middle, ring, and then come back up to the middle, and then come back up to the index. just get very comfortable with that chord shape. As you can hear, everything's ringing out nice and cleanly. If I wasn't pressing a string down properly, it would sound like this. You would hear instantly where your fingers were muting strings or they weren't pressing down properly. Maybe the placement was off, so they're buzzing. The holidays are perfect times for small corrections. And it doesn't need to be anything fancy, just needs to be consistent. You could stick on that one chord and just perfect that. Number 6, have fun. Seriously, this is the one people often skip, but you shouldn't. Jam, mess around, play your old favourites, play with a new pedal, play that riff that used to make you grin when you were 14. Because when you enjoy the guitar, you pick it up more often. And when you pick it up more often, you get better without even noticing. I've just bought a new guitar, a looper, some pedals. This D'Addario Expand pedal board holds them, and I have fun by recording loops, recording riffs, and then jamming over them, cranking the amp up and having some fun. I used to take a cup of coffee, but it would just go cold. So now I have to put it in a travel mug. That's how engaging it is. Consider this your official permission to have fun over the holidays with your guitar. 6 bite-sized wins to help your playing stay fresh, engaging, sharp, and moving forwards. Have an amazing break, and I will see you in the next one.